I've been talking about, you know, it's the same, Subways did it actually. They built a plywood wall and they separate the station work from the trains running. And it allows the work ongoing without the same stoppages of work, without slowing down. And if the contractor chooses to, it could be 24/7. You know, so maybe that's not appropriate for every type of station work, but I think it's certainly an opportunity that we need to look at doing things differently. Because it shouldn't take as long as they're taking, I don't think.
I'm gonna take the chair's prerogative for 1 second.
Sure. Sorry.
Because I initially made this complaint, I don't know if you ever went out and looked at it, but I'm hearing that it's happening in other stations where you're doing new work, like second track, that line on the station.
What's happening?
This is now the track, the line. This is
Okay.
the track, okay? You're doing all this construction work. Now, let's say from here to here, there's a awning that's been built, you know, for people to go under.
The platform canopy?
Yes, but
Okay.
it stops here.
I mean, it's not
Doesn't go
full
to
length?
it, or a second one, nothing. So people, when it's raining, I've been there, people are raining, are all standing clouded here, and then when the train goes in, they're running to the end of to the trains to get to where they wanna go. And I've had, and when I thought it was just this one station, I was just complaining, but I hear it's other stations where they're only a set, you know, it's not even halfway on both sides of where so I think it's a bad system. If that's the only length you can get, there should be a second one then, you know, afterwards. You know,
I'd have to find out
I know.
about, I don't know
I
if
just-
that was a cost reason or,
But I'm telling you,
But I hear what
people
you're
are
saying.
crowding under,
Mhm.
it's very narrow to begin with, where it is on the track, very narrow, where the covering is, over in White Edge. And then, so now it's a narrow, but then they're running to get to the end, and it's under, you know, wet. It's gonna be a problem.
so now, okay.
There should be a covering, some kind of
Now,
covering.
not every station even has canopies though, right? Some of them just have, the waiting rooms.
Well, they're building the new waiting, this is because the new waiting was being built, they're putting it right in front of where they're waiting on,
Okay.
so, I'm just telling you. it's-
I'll sit down with
I just,
Steph.
I
and
heard it's
find out.
another station has the same thing that's happening now, to new buildings, so maybe a new, it's going into all the new ones, that must be looked at. You want something?
No.
Jerry?
Yeah, actually, the two stations you mentioned, another one of the criticisms isn't so much the time that it's taking, but actually, there's some concerns about the quality of the work. We're noticing cracking in the platforms
Hicksville.
at Hicksville, and I heard at Wantor as well. And it looks like they were doing some work on the platform, and then they forgot to put something in, so they had to chop out part of it to put, it's just like, for a brand-new platform, it shouldn't have cracks and then be and of course, the response that we got is, oh, don't worry about it, we're gonna put a covering over the whole thing and it'll hide it all, but it's like, it's cracks, and it's
Well,
brand new.
You pay for
It's
a
like
new
they-
product and you're getting something that's repaired.
Right, it looks like they
Yeah.
were using like the wrong type of concrete or the wrong pound PSI,
Yeah, so
concrete. So afterwards, after it was poured, or they didn't put enough breaks in it, it was cracking, it was fragmented, so they go in there and they trowel in something to patch it. It's brand new, I mean,
right, yeah,
you know, it should be perfect.
that's the quality control issue. And like in the case of Wantua, you open the station and like 2 days later, the elevator breaks down. And it was continually breaking down for a while, I guess it's fixed now, but it's brand new. So that upsets people, it's like, it's brand new and it's not working, you know, who's watching the contractors, and, you know,
This is from a contractor too.
Yeah, who gets-
Construction guy.
who gets watched very closely.
Did you want to ask?
Yeah, again, you talked a little bit about culture change at the beginning of your presentation, and, you know, I know other railroads are having trouble recruiting, you know, training and retaining people. Is that an issue for LIRR, and what are you doing to deal with it?
A lot of the hires that we've been doing right now are not at the more senior levels. I'm still evaluating the staff right now and working with them. They're all engaged and enthused about things, but I need to see if they will buy into everything that we're doing. You know, as far as I think it is a challenge across all the agencies as far as finding the right talent, because they're all competing. Everyone is looking, you know, Jersey Transit is looking to hire, Transit is hiring, right? Metro North is hiring, we're looking to hire. But we have been, and this is not, you know, the senior management, this is more the entry level. We've been doing the car cleaners, and we've been getting more track workers and signal maintainers, and they're going through the training program. So at those levels, which is important because they're the ones that are gonna help us improve the system. I've been hearing that we've been able to hire.
Last thing, do you wanna discuss anything about, we expect completion of second track and what's happening with, that's the third track, rail line?
Well, second track is moving along well. I know the Ronkonkoma branches has had a lot of weekend service changes, the busing. But at the same time, it is going to be done this summer. And once that's done, we'll be able to provide reverse peak travel, which is huge. And obviously, having a second track enables us, if there's an issue, we'll be able to go around it, right? So that's a positive start, because that is going to be well ahead of schedule, and it shows that when you put your mind to it, you can do something. And third track was awarded in January of this year. The design build team has been doing a lot of work with design, working with utilities, and I believe they've been out at Covert, they've been out at Urban.
They started clearing
They're
already?
starting
Surveying?
clearing and grubbing, right? Survey work.
This fall, like, there's already doing some utility
So some of the
locations?
early action that's been reported is progressing.
October is when the heavy construction will start in some elements.
Right.
So like, I think it's a car play station. So in the next January is when the first grade crossing closes. So it's probably Urban sometime in January, and then like a month later, probably Covert will close next year. For 6 months each, and then move on from there. So like, we're gearing up to heavy work.
And, we've met, well, they meet regular, I've joined these meetings as often as I can with the third track instructors and all, and we're reminding them that this is a project that is unlike anything that maybe they've been involved in. There's no room for failure, and we're gonna work as partners with them. This is not about, again, gotcha and penalizing them and getting penalty monies. I don't want that. I want the job to be done on time. And we need to hold the community's trust by not slipping up, because that's how we can show that investments in the railroad is the right way to go, by delivering and meeting our commitments that we've told them we will. So that's, frequent, regular community meetings, and making sure the contractors are aware that, again, it's not just talk, it's about actually doing things and doing it right.
Anybody else? Anybody else have any other questions? Anything you want to ask of us, or anything you want to close on?
No,
The train time thing, which, not the train time, the countdown clocks. Can it be possible that those countdown clocks can make announcements for trains that aren't stopping?
meaning,
Stand on the platform, close your eyes when the train at the platform next to you blows by. It's frightening.
This train is not stopping.
Right,
Step
and the nonstop
The
train.
train will be passing through track 2.
Right,
And
as I
step
say,
behind the yellow line.
I'm in Limbrook,
Yes, I was gonna say, especially on Babylon, where they go down.
because we know the train is approaching Mineola, step back,
This train is not
Right,
stopping.
this train is not stopping. Those are the announcements
probably
at
can,
Jamaica.
we'll look at it, probably can, I don't see why
I've been in
not.
other places where that announcement's been made.
Yeah.
No passenger train, it's in Jamaica.
It was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I don't see why
They
not.
do it in
We'll figure it
Jamaica,
out.
but that's because the guy's doing it.
That's a
like-
guy doing
the
it.
guy doing it, not a.
I know it's
This is
a
a
No, no.
non-passenger train on track 5 or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
which it's going at 5 miles an
Right.
hour, do you really need
No,
that?
but there's an usher there, so he's able to do it.
Yeah, right, this guy's a lot of staff there, I know, but the other, it's just, the
We'll
going
look
down
at
there
it.
at 80
We'll
miles
look
That's
an
one
hour.
of the big
Flip a
complaints that
coin.
people have, the trains blow through and I don't know
They're fast,
if
yeah.
it's stopping or not. And
Yeah.
And we're happy about that, that fast.
Then it's moving. It's going.
No, but I understand, it could startle you if you're not prepared.
Yes.
Especially if there's a vision issue.
I've been.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
All right, I want to thank you for coming.
I didn't, no.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
We
Thank
look
you, I know
forward
it's been a long wait, but I appreciate you guys, your patience in working with me, and, like I said, call me, text me, email me,
I'm on the board, I can bother him.
let me know if you need to sit down and talk about something. I really want to make sure that, I'm partner here, and my goal is really your goal, it's the same thing.
You said in the opening that you
I know.
wish for these to happen more frequently. What's your thought
My sympathies.
on that frequency? To be able to connect with us?
What do you think is the right frequency? I mean, Every few months, every 2 months, every 3 months,
Well,
or is that too long?
we only meet once a month. so-
Twice a year?
Twice a year. I think.
Twice a year would be fine,
Twice a year.
I mean, we know you have other
yeah.
meetings
Send,
and
send
priorities,
Dave other
but,
times.
but if we can twice,
Well, there
twice
is-
annually, I think that would be
Okay,
appreciated.
well, that I can do easily, it's whether you need something, if there's something going on, maybe then we'll schedule something in between.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking with us and thank you